When a narcissist deceives an ultra-empath, they forfeit not merely a companion, but their ultimate shot at healing via authentic affection. Drawing from Jungian ideas, an ultra-empath isn't just a highly intuitive or feeling-oriented individual. They represent a spirit that has achieved full harmony with its hidden flaws. This journey, known as merging the unseen aspects, involves traversing the abyss of unchecked kindness, suffering from their innate generosity, and finally grasping a core principle. Mercy lacking boundaries turns into a harmful weapon against oneself. It's this blend of brightness and obscurity that forms the ultra-empath's distinct strength, the element that draws in the narcissist while instilling deep dread. Since an ultra-empath doesn't offer devotion naively anymore, they extend it with insight. They spot flaws in others yet stay composed. They detect lies without verbal clues. They recognize the pain hidden under pride, yet feel no obligation to mend it. For a narcissist, this creates a threatening contradiction. Someone immune to shame tactics, undeterred by quiet treatment, and resistant to sentimental dominance. To the ultra-empath, devotion isn't a mere trade of feelings anymore. It's an active form of wisdom, an understanding that vitality should circulate properly to stay vital. They've mastered pulling back their essence from insincere beings without remorse. They recognize moments for quietness and for vanishing entirely. And that's precisely what triggers alarm in the narcissist, as their arsenal of dominance, scheming and pretense crumbles before an individual who doesn't require affection to sense value. For an ultra-empath, devotion shifts from reflex to deliberate selection. They pardon without reuniting, depart without bitterness, stay gracious while upholding limits firm as steel. At such elevation, they emerge as the mental opposite of the narcissist. One thrives on ego deceptions, the other on spirit clarity. One demands reflection to persist, the other embodies that reflection. Thus, when a narcissist deceives an ultra-empath, it's not simply misleading an individual. It's defying a cosmic balance mechanism. They assume they're directing the scenario. Yet actually, they've initiated their personal loop of ruin, where all their deepest terrors rebound through the empath's quietude, solitude, irrelevance, and the downfall of their false authority. And right there, the genuine teaching commences. In the following segment, we'll reveal 10 factors explaining a narcissist's downfall post, deceiving an ultra-empath. 10 concealed principles of mind and essence where honesty functions as fate and insight's glow reinstates fairness to the once wounded spirit. Factor 1. The ultra-empath as the narcissist's ultimate reflector. When a narcissist meets an ultra-empath, they lack awareness that they're facing the final lens their essence will ever peer through. On a basic instinctual plane, they're pulled toward this being not solely for their softness or heartfelt heat, but for the uncommon experience of genuine visibility, something they've yearned for lifelong, but never authentically obtained. However, the reality remains this: visibility via an ultra-empath isn't soothing, it's revealing. An ultra-empath's view penetrates beyond exteriors. It slices across shields, refined speeches, and the complex tales the narcissist constructed to guard their delicate self-image. And during that instant, upon realizing this individual accesses the concealed flaws they've concealed, they start to quiver. Not from dread of parting with the empath, but from terror of discarding the facade that sustained them eternally. For an essence reliant on fantasy, honesty isn't a boon. It's the edge that cuts off their fantasy supply. An ultra-empath perceives them not as the image they project, but as the authentic core below, fragile, injured, yearning for acceptance. Yet for a self propelled by terror and disgrace, such authentic visibility seems like an affront, a strike against the dominance they fiercely protect. Consequently, they initiate efforts to shatter the lens prior to its clear revelation. Affection turns into a conflict zone. Intimacy morphs into a risk. The empath's gentleness evolves into a spike they seek to evade. They fail to grasp that the empath isn't aiming to alter them, merely echoing the humanness they've forsaken in chasing an invented ideal. Instead of confronting it, they opt for rejection, and as a protective instinct, they repel the soul being who ever genuinely perceived them. In that instance, they think they've reclaimed liberty. But truthfully, they've squandered the most valuable asset, the opportunity for honest illumination. Following the empath's exit, their realm turns desolate. No view renders them authentic any longer. No bond infuses vitality into their being. They continue chuckling, thriving, acting triumphant, yet internally resides a frigid void that a claim fails to satisfy. Since once an essence experiences honest reflection, it eternally recalls the sensation. It transforms into a resonance akin to a mark on crystal. You might attempt erasure, but the flaw perpetually sparkles under illumination. An ultra-empath isn't superior to others. They merely venture to offer devotion consciously. And such consciousness converts them into an authentic reflector, a realm where deception can't conceal. Upon their retreat, the narcissist forfeits their last opportunity for undistorted self-view. Nobody else possesses sufficient depth for such reflection. Nobody else radiates enough to evoke life in them. They assume they've eluded the glow, but actually, they've thrust themselves into obscurity, lacking form to echo their presence. And that's the initial cause of downfall. When a narcissist deceives an ultra-empath, they don't merely part with an individual, they abandon the soul route to their true essence. Factor 2. They deceive not for victory, but to evade honesty. When a narcissist deceives an ultra-empath, their action isn't one of supremacy. It's a flight from the element they dread beyond defeat honesty. To them, affection isn't a union of essences. It's a platform for sustaining their dominance illusion. Yet with an ultra-empath, script control evaporates. The empath avoids exaggeration, debate, or pleas for comprehension. They merely persist with the serene sharpness of a reflector. Within that calm, the narcissist starts spotting their internal fractures. The abandonment terror, the inadequacy sensation, the recollections of diminishment. Incapable of enduring unmasking, they elect escape. Deception emerges as the frantic gesture of an essence horrified by self-confrontation. On a profound mental plane, deception serves as the self's protective ceremony. They must fracture the bond with the perceiver of excess clarity, since honesty renders them vulnerable, feeble, and chaotic. During that time, deception resembles bolting a portal to dodge reflector gaze, to sidestep the disgrace that true affection surfaces. They deceive themselves, claiming departure for liberty, thrill due to the empath's intensity, or entitlement to superiority. But inwardly, they acknowledge reality. They didn't deceive for fresh joy. They deceived to prevent genuine visibility. They deceived to safeguard the facade, unaware that the deed initiates facade fractures. Upon the empath's withdrawal, mental clamor subsides, and quietude turns punitive. Lacking reflection, they confront internal void, emptiness occupied solely by the honesty they attempted burial. They believe deception restores dominance, but it's the instant of total dominance loss. The honesty they fled infiltrates all, in fresh companions' views, in personal fatigue, in incapacity for sincere devotion. All turns muted, vacant, chilly. They fail to recognize that deception doesn't merely sever another's bond. It cuts the link to personal humanness. And thus, deceiving an ultra-empath never signifies potency. It's the narcissist's muted descent, the instant they select flight from honesty over liberation through it. Factor 3. The fantasy of dominance. When authority dissolves amid empath quietude, a narcissist views existence as domination. That authority supplies their self's breath. Each phrase, sentiment, response from surroundings must adhere to their crafted narrative. They don't devote. They regulate another's feelings like fuel sources. But encountering an ultra-empath cracks what they termed authority, since the ultra-empath neither opposes nor yields. They turn mute. And within that muteness, the narcissist's control framework disintegrates. For typical individuals, authority gauges by forcing compliance. But for enlightened empaths, they escape such frameworks. They avoid response, justification, defense, and merely retract their essence from the spectacle. That's when the narcissist grows perplexed, unable to scheme against non-participants. An ultra-empath's quiet isn't yielding. It's autonomous assertion. They avoid verbal triumphs. By exiting the contest wholly, they dismantle the narcissist's control edifice. Each charge, menace, or sentimental snare lands in void. The narcissist yells, yet silence prevails. They lay snares, yet none trigger. For the initial occasion, they confront a lifelong evaded truth. True authority never belonged to them. It thrived solely on others' responses. Upon empath quietude, their self's air vanishes. Unsure amid vacancy, they alarm. They fabricate turmoil, incite response, orchestrate sentimental displays to resurrect dynamics. Yet increased efforts heighten fatigue as quietude defies dominance. Here, the narcissist grasps that presumed authority never owned it. It resided in manipulated minds. Once awareness awakens, the structure crumbles. The harshest reality, authority, reclamation impossible. Seen truth endures eternally. Narcissists falter not from resistance, but halted engagement. Their authority liquefies under awareness warmth. And then they comprehend that presumed might was mere reliance masked as conceit. Factor 4. When authentic devotion turns the reflector, evoking self-dread. For a narcissist, authentic devotion poses the supreme enigma. They desire it, yet dread it supremely. Since authentic devotion isn't their spectacle venue, it's an essence reflector. It avoids flattery, concealment, pretense, permission. Beneath such devotion's glow, buried elements surface. Their vacancy, disgrace, eternal conviction of insufficiency. An ultra-empath devotes not for perfection, but visible inner humanity. And that's precisely narcissist terror. They've eternally fled self. Thus, authentic devotion exposes them. When ultra-empaths devote, it's insightful. They shun blind vows. They detect shade behind allure. They devote with essence's traversed obscurity. Thus, their devotion avoids idealization. It enlightens. To them, devotion means clear vision with sustained choice. But for narcissists, clear visibility intolerable. Amid empaths' non-judgmental compassion, narcissists feel bare to essence. This devotion differs from familiar praise. It avoids flawless claims, offering, "I perceive you, yet remain." But for self-unloving essences, this arrives as judgment, not mercy. Upon ultra-empath devotion shining, narcissist barriers erode. Constructed avoidances, achievement, allure, persona turn irrelevant. Then they sense lifelong evasion, raw internal vacancy, panicking. They dread deeper devotion, dissolving facade, surfacing denials. They overlook redemption opportunity. Lacking insight, they demolish uncontrollables. They warp devotion into contest, trial, authority struggle. They utter wounds, set sentimental pitfalls, retreat for advantage. Yet tighter grasp accelerates loss. Authentic devotion perishes amid tactics. Authentic devotion can't coexist with schemes. Once toolized, it departs. Upon realizing illusion devotion, empaths retract. Not cease devotion, but true devotion rejects falsehood residence. Only then narcissists note fade. They assume victory, vulnerability, liberation from empath creation. But nocturnal silences recall, not bodily, but visibility despite flaws with sustained love. Authentic devotion imprints eternally. It embeds mentally like crystal scar. They attempt oblivion, substitution, immersion in fresh visages, yet none replicate authenticity sensation. Shallow devotion roars. True devotion whispers persistently. Flight possible, escape impossible. Thus, narcissists bear eternal scar, pang of held then destroyed. Tragedy isn't person loss. It's reception capacity loss for authentic devotion forever. Post-true devotion deception, essences cloud, unrecognizing others. Countless visages met, all echoing internal vacancy. Recreation attempts deepen scars. They chuckle, reject, advance, yet deepest essence whispers, "You experienced authentic love, yet ruined it." An ultra-empath's devotion is mercy because it exposes, not absolves. It avoids forcing submission. It compels essence self-view. And truth, evasive narcissists ultimately sentence via that devotion. They assume connection evasion, but truly evaded final authenticity chance. Once known and betrayed authentic devotion, no deception suffers replacement. In essence's darkest recess, empath gaze echoes a non-condemning, eternal gaze. And that's the softest penalty, eternal haunting, by uncourageously retained devotion. Factor 5. When mental fate initiates silent motion. Narcissists eternally assume consequence evasion via speeches, persona, narrative scheming. They believe perception dominance nullifies honesty potency. Yet justice emerges internally, not externally, what Jung termed essence fate. When suppressed obscurity demands existence rights, upon ultra-empath deception, cause, effect sequence activates sans punitive needs. Empaths avoid vengeance, defamation, proof attempts. They merely depart mutely. And such muteness turns reflector for universal action, echo to narcissists. Then lifelong deeds, deceptions, schemes, authority plays, rebound emotionally, not outwardly. Peace erodes, rest turns fitful, Pride morphs anxiety. Increased regret denials heighten vacancy, since essence defies logic excuses. Deception cost isn't external abandonment. It's self-coexistence compulsion. For them, torment. External views miscollapse occurring invisibly. In wakeful nights, crowd meaninglessness mirror non-recognition. This psychic penalty, where sound obscurity rebounds as chill breeze-piercing disguises. Ultra-empaths need no action, honesty self-operates. Upon essence retraction, equilibrium disrupts, universe reclaims takings. Stolen elements, praise, faith, sentiment glow, cease functioning like depleted cells. Fresh sources sought, yet all turn flavorless, as sipping bland liquid. Increased pursuit deepens self-labyrinth loss. This cause-effect vortex initiates via genuine essence deception. Honesty essence never vanishes. It morphs from external glow to internal corrosion. Gradually, they victimize via self-used mechanisms. Initially unnoticed, deemed brief weariness. Slowly, world dulls, bonds hollow, chuckles artificial. They overlook karma, echo return. Created solitude spread chill, now in circles. Comprehension arrives late. Mental fate avoids swift penalty. It corrodes gradually, sustaining awareness for illusion layer falls. Subtlest penalty sands external action. Internal meaning fades progressively. While empaths advance, entering liberated clarity paths, narcissists endure harshest irony. Retained equated authority elements persist, yet lifeless sensation dominates. Fate avoids external origin. It stems from essence harmony. Light betrayal summons internal obscurity for equilibrium restoration. Factor 6. When betrayed memory turns internal dialogue. Post-ultra, empath deception. Narcissists presume contact, severance concludes all. Time erases everything. Yet they overlook some essences imprint, not ordinarily, but consciousness depths. Ultra-empaths need no presence for haunting. Embodied honesty integrates inseparably into narcissist interiors. Absent external glow, internal echoes commence like unmutable voice. Such voice avoids accusation, plea, lament. It utters with conscience serene presence. You recognize reality. Initially, narcissists submerge voice via activity, delight, fresh beings. Yet quietude avoids eternal burial. Increased oblivion sharpens memory, not visuals, but feelings. Clear view sensation, non-performing companionship peace, sacred betrayal shame. They deny globally, yet self-mind undeniable, where empath persists as internal reflector. Lies illuminate mirror, peace theft. Manipulations resurface image, reminding non-controlling love once. Slowly escape impossibility dawns. Not empath attachment, but self-essence awakening. Awakenings irreversible. Similar views, phrases, melodies trigger reflex memory. Mirror gazes reveal altered eyes. Former assurance vanishes, substituted quiet sorrow, as essence fragment departed with empath. No ordinary fixation, but compelled comprehension. They grasp occurrences, wishing ignorance. They recall, wishing amnesia. Former right proofs echo admissions. Harshest empath resentment absence renders self-pardon impossible. Silently, narcissists dual voice coexist. Ego insists wellness, truth murmurs irreplaceable loss. Daily internal conflict erodes. Sans punishment, betrayed memory integrates psyche eternally. Like conscience voices, it persists. It trails into slumber, emerges stranger views, resonates ordinary quiet instants. Narcissists evade all, never self. That's delicate supreme penalty. Once game pawn becomes sacred internal voice, eternal destruction reminder, not bitterness, but honesty. Factor 7. When victory is meaningless, sans true witness. Narcissists exist via surrounding views. Inherent value absent. They persist through environmental responses. Achievements, praises, fresh partners, merely self-echo reflectors. Yet empath departure removes reflector. Regardless rebuilt venues, glow never recurs. Performances continue. Smiles persist. Attention drawn. Yet all flattens, like recorded cheers. They note prior incomprehension. Authority, wealth, attractiveness, fame, none substitutes true visibility sensation. Sans gaze, victory's hollow. Empath sole observer perceiving beyond spectacle to underlying humanity with love. Now, global acclaim leaves narcissists vacant, crowd lacking perception. Doesn't seduced, none replicate bond depth. Smiles, vows, glances uniform, like repeated role replicas. Repetition drains, actor trapped post, real audience exit. Eventually, party centered amid laughter, utter solitude, realization. Reach impossible, soul, toucher destroyed. Do companions love them or roll? Love capable? Pretense bonds terrify answers. No true love. Self-true love ignorance. Authority triumph. Appeal reinforcement attempts. Gains heightened meaninglessness. Power essence witnessing. Soul humanity witness gone. Quietly. Victory's compensation for irrecompensable loss. Soul reflection loss. Then spotlight fame. Admirers' importance fades like faded artwork. Power sans authentic love mere fantasy. Visibility sans comprehension loneliness cosmetized. Thus, center, stage narcissists feel diminutive, invisible. True audience departed? That's downfall cause. Nothing aches more than all possession sans true seer. Factor 8. When stories unbelieved anymore. Narcissists persist via story dominance. They scheme sentiments, warp recollections, curve honesty for self-beneficial reality. Contacts supporting roles in directed scripts. They believe clever narration casts them victim, misconstrued, wronged essence. Yet unexpected. Empath departure removes honesty essence. Built stories self-collapse. Sans empath presence counterbalance. Words forfeit invisible validity from betrayed glow. Once enchanted notice story inconsistencies. Details mismatch. Allure artificializes. Sympathy suspects. Then individuals exit assigned narcissist drama roles. Narcissists puzzle occurrences. They sense world rejects old justifications. Others' views shift from misconstrued victim to web, trapped deceiver. Crowd exposure sensation corrodes. Talking continues, explanations attempted, yet true listening absent. Panic, narrative shifts, roles alter, audiences change, efforts reveal fractures. Exposed honesty self-sustains, defense unnecessary. Harshest fear true, no a silent gaze. Empath voiceless, non-debating, name clearing absent. Silence hollows narcissist words, justice languageless. Right, proofs heighten falsity display. New image crafts reveal image, reality gaps. Gradually, not solely others disbelieve. Self disbelieves told story. Then deception's world, fool temporary. Essence eternal, unfooled. Unbelieved roles meaningless. Words weighty as mouth stones. Surroundings reveal audience absence. Allies gone, preserved image unreflected. Story internal alone. Trapped in world control word net. Then exposure unnecessary. Self-exposure via excess talk sans listeners. Quietest downfall. Condemnation absent. Silent departures leave lone amid unbelieved stories, even self. Reason 9, when forgotten, supreme dread. For narcissists, Forgetting terrifies beyond penalties. Lifelong desperate other. Mind existence via acclaim. Clash, devotion, even animosity. Love unnecessary. Remembrance essential. Presence feeds reactions like wind, sustained flame. Yet empath departs sans tears, animosity, with total serenity. Internal world disintegrates. Silence isn't mere lack, it's existence denial. Accustomed naming, remembrance even painfully. But empath traceless vanishes. That's narcissist madness driver. Social checks, inquiries, false profiles, indirect signals, all existence confirmation in mind. Sans reply, novel sensation, invisibility. Meaninglessness in once, loving mind controls loss maximally. Forgotten, other loss plus self, definition reference forfeiture. Words, actions, bonds weak void fills sans reflection. Hatred assumed potent. No apathy ultimate verdict. Hatred connects names, existence grants. Total calm state denies position maintenance. Attention draws, rumors spread. Victim plays, yet self eyes smaller, pathetic. Forgetting unlike punishment. Slow dissolution where essence nameless, meaningless space dissolves. Time advances. Empath mends, radiates, relishes existence. Narcissist obsession stuck. Remembrance how? Assumed vital, unique, irreplaceable. Silence disproves. World rotates, wholeness sans need, internally slays. For narcissists, forgetting isn't other loss, self-concept loss. Sans once loving memory existence, harshest truth confrontation. Mask created existence solely. Sans mask gaze, it sheds, revealing shapeless, nameless, meaningless vacancy. That's unadmitted daily, lived spiritual demise. Others forgetting permanent obscurity. Factor 10, when presumed weak survives, they don't. In narcissist realms, potency always domination defined, sensitivity weakness perceived. Empath viewed half sympathy, half disdain, convinced generosity hinders competition survival. Yet time quietest fairness. Wheel turns, positions invert. Once diminished, wept, pained, pardoned precisely ruin, exits steadily, while self made swamp traps. Empath recovery self returns unnecessary defeat. Meanwhile, narcissist post-performances, tactics substitute bonds peace less, realization dawns presumed potency fear costumed, true potency self-mastery not other control. Retrospect shows once fragile empath tall, serene, liberated. Contrast shatters built beliefs. Assumed no sans them existence, emotion center. Empath opposites proves. Separation, self-insight, regulated mercy highest potency. Narcissist destruction unnecessary. Self-ruin upon assumed non-survivor loss. Deeply, nameless disgrace emerges. Realization hurt, one darkness, transcender. Self-ego, lost, fiercely guarded. Empath vengeance unnecessary. Growth final ruling. Advances, triumphs, peace moments live. Proof authentic devotion indestructible. Transforms merely. Witnessing, narcissists comprehend. Not mere person loss. Growth chance forfeiture. Assumed win game. True survivor, full devotion, daring, deep pain, complete mend. That's bitterest conclusion. Self, crowned ruler left behind. Watching once, scorned forward, walk own essence glow. Glow narcissist eternal lack. If this resonated, hit that likey button and subscribe to Wake and Win for more insights.